Hello, and normally this would be a trailer review, I would say, but there has been some interesting developments at Marvel and Sony this week. And if you're living under the proverbial rock, you don't know about this, but let us inform you, Spider-Man will be featured in Disney's Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. This means a few things. First of all, there are several films that are getting pushed to a later date, including Thor going from July to November, Black Panther going from November to July of the next year, Captain Marvel going from July to November the same year, and Inhumans getting pushed from November to July the next year.
Well, it's crazy that a lot of these movies that are being planned are the last one's coming out in 2019.
Yeah. So first of all, let's go over a little bit of the history of what happened.
Let's go.
So Amy Pascal, if you remember from when Sony was hacked, a lot of her emails were the ones that were exploited onto the internet, saying that this partnership would happen, or the Men in Black and then 22 Jump Street combining together kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of the fans were like, what's going on with Sony?
Yeah.
Are they giving up on their film production? And, you know, and the questions are still lingering, and now Amy Pascal has stepped down from chairman of Sony Pictures.
Still hasn't been replaced yet, but there are some people in the works. But it's starting to look good now because of what's happening.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is gonna be partnered with Marvel.
Now, if you like Andrew Garfield or not, he's out of there.
He's out. He's out. He's going to be replaced.
Now, before we go into who we think should be replaced by him, did you think he was a good Spider-Man?
I did think he was a good Spider-Man. I thought he brought the comic relief that the new Amazing Spider-Man was able to bring.
I agree.
In the comics. But this dude's like almost 40. Not really, but he's in his 30s.
He's pretty high up there in age.
And he doesn't pass as a teenager for me.
I think he looks too good to be a Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's supposed to be the nerd outcast, you know, especially in high school. Now, if they went with the college Spider-Man, I can kind of see more Andrew Garfield. But that being said, he's just too good looking to be a classic Peter Parker archetype.
But what my question is, when it comes to finding out who the next Spider-Man is he going to be the half black, half Hispanic Spider-Man,
the
Miles guy? You know?
Yeah.
Or is he going to just be still Peter Parker?
I think it's going to still be Peter Parker, and the reasoning is because right now as a marketing option, even though multi-race and multi-gender superheroes that weren't originally cast, like the new female Thor, for instance, I think those are very marketable. But if Marvel's going to go on this limb from Disney and pick up Spider-Man, they're going to try to keep it as classic as possible.
What I think will happen is Spider-Man's not going to be too revealed within the first, Civil War or whatever, when it's coming out. And it'll be worked on later. So it'll be explained to us little by little. Whereas it's not going to be Spider-Man-centric. You know what I'm saying?
I think Civil War could be Spider-Man-centric, but we'll go on to that. Who to play the next Spider-Man? Who is going to make $1 billion in 2 years?
And I think, honestly, I think they're going to go with someone new.
Someone unknown?
Someone who's at least done a couple of credits here and there, who auditions and gets it.
But is that who you would cast, personally?
Honestly,
would you go with an unknown open audition?
We're getting prepared with a black Human Torch. And, cool.
Michael B. Jordan's a really good option.
Yes, but we're getting into the sense, and times are changing now. So now we've had Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker, we've had Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, Peter Parker, Peter Parker, Peter Parker, you know what I'm saying? So I think everything's kind of been pushed aside, Amy Pascal's out, somebody new is going to come in, Marvel's going to be a part of this project, they're going to throw their insight, Sony's going to throw their insight, and I think what's going to happen overall is they're just going to say, hey, fuck it, let's go with Miles.
If they go with, ethnic person, I think John Boyega would be an option. He's already in the studio works with Star Wars. And, I mean, he does look like the young, leader that could take on Spider-Man. But I think they're going to go with the easy decision with a white dude. And I could see anyone like Miles Teller doing it, but he's already signed on for Fantastic Four.
The thing is, there's not that this is going to sound bad, but there's already too many white people in this. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking they're going to go with Miles. the character Miles, not Mouse. You know what I mean?
The Civil War Spider-Man's done with school, and let's go into the Civil War a little bit and talk about where Spider-Man's place in this Marvel universe is. So, given like how they're going to introduce Spider-Man back into Marvel, I think it's going to be on a blank slate. He's already been around for a while, and Tony Stark's been communicating with him for years, probably. And then with Civil War, they're going to have him and Tony Stark having a good relationship. And then when Captain America jumps off the bandwagon because he doesn't want to deal with the Superhero Registration Act, he's going to make his own sect underground, and Tony Stark's going to follow the government's lead, having Spider-Man under his wing. Now, part of the Superhero Registration Act is that you have to reveal your identity to the public so they know about you and you can get registered. And Spider-Man, him revealing himself to the world as Peter Parker, was him making a statement on the side of being on Iron Man's side. Later on, this dude named Goliath gets murdered in a battle from Thor Ragnarok, which is not really Thor because Thor died, but Ragnarok is like a version that human beings have made of Thor, and he kills Goliath, makes Spider-Man pissed, he switches over to Captain America. Some shit happens, and Spider-Man's kind of just in the background, recruiting people underground for Captain America, and then later on, after Civil War is done and Captain America goes underground, I think this is even after he gets assassinated, Spider-Man is at home and Aunt May gets killed. So that is a long story of what could happen in the Civil War movie on the Spider-Man part. I don't know how many liberties they're going to take or give, but that could happen. And on top of that, there's a storyline after with Spider-Man dealing with Aunt May's death and subsequent things with Mary Jane's relationship with him and stuff. It's a great comic book series. Check out Civil War if you haven't.
Yeah, definitely. But also, who do you think is going to be Spider-Man? What do you think they're going to do?
Yeah. It's a very hairy situation, I would say, because they could really miscast it. Kind of like some people think our Andrew Garfield was. So on that note, subscribe up here, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, and follow us on your favorite social media device, and thank you for watching.